I'd like to welcome our audience again here today to another chat on leadership. And today we have here as our guest Gurpreet Singh, who was a supporter of ours of the Women's Leadership Forum for 2019. And I thank you for being our guest here today.
Well, you're welcome.
And I'd like to start out by asking you to tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, so I'm Gurpreet Singh. I am the president and CEO of Infotrend, Infotrend Inc., a DC area business providing litigation support, e-discovery services to the federal government.
And that's a lot.
It's we do a lot of things with data, technology. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have the typical immigrant story. Came to the United States in 1990s and worked my butt off to.
A lot of us work our butts off. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, and I started as a worker in a restaurant in the late 90s. It's been a journey, but I'm really excited to be able to give back to the community and be where I am today. And interviewing women in working with women, that sometimes, actually oftentimes, women don't have the confidence to ask for equal pay or equal benefits compared to their male counterparts. And it's not their fault. It's 10,000 years of human history that has altered our genes or altered our psyche to think a certain way. You're actually developing them into leaders and showing them that, being in the leadership position is a real possibility.
Yeah.
You don't have to limit yourself and what your capabilities are just because you're a woman. So I'd say mentorship is the critical factor in starting, executing, planning everything related to a business. You could do something and figuring out every minute detail can take 100 years. But if somebody has that experience, they've gone through the rigors and they've learned from all the other leaders and mentors in their life, it is a really, really smart way to depart that knowledge in a concentrated capsule to someone or take from someone. And that's why I say mentors have been critical in my life in putting me on the stage where I had the opportunities lined up in front of me to capitalize on those.
When you're talking to others, and if you're mentoring others about entrepreneurship, what are some of the key factors that people in general, not just women, but people in general should consider when they say, I want to become an entrepreneur?
So we all hear and we tell our kids, dream big and you should have dreams. Part of entrepreneurship is having those dreams. And once you have certain dreams and a destination out there in your mind, it becomes easier to find the path to that destination. But that destination, that dream in my mind helped me. I thought a little bit about it every day and eventually got some clarity in my mind where I wanted to be. And then once that was clear, then I started putting pieces of the puzzle together in terms of who do I know that has done that? Who do I know is successful in there? Started watching videos about people, learning a little bit about people, reaching out to people. The discipline is not just in your daily routine. The discipline is in keeping your eyes on the bigger picture. The discipline is keeping you in check in terms of not going astray from your path. We were starting out as a company. Our first contract was just for 4 people. It was a small job, and we, hired 4 individuals to do that work.
Yeah.
And about 6 months into it, I got a letter from the Minority and Women Inclusion Office called OMWI, asking us to explain our decision as to why we had not hired women for that position. And I think sometimes you just need a little nudge to to go back and reflect on what has gone through. We went back and reflected on what had gone through. Only 5% of the applicants for those jobs were women. We looked back and said, how can we not only be in compliance, how can we exceed our benchmarks, our goals for including minorities, including women, and having true diversity in the company.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud to say that our company is a very, very diverse company right now. But I want to give thanks to the OMWI office who wrote us that first letter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the issue that I've mentioned about 5% applicants being women is when you see a job out there, it sometimes has so many requirements and it's intimidating for applicants to apply. We get applicants, and especially individual male applicants who are applying for jobs are very confident that, hey, this meets about 50% of my requirements, but I'm applying for this. I'm confident I can do it.
Yeah.
I think women tend to be over conservative in the selection of the job requirements and say, you know what, I meet 90% of it and I'm going to apply to it.
Yeah, absolutely right.
You have to build confidence. You have to be, open to putting yourself out there.
And a risk taker.
And take risks.
Take a risk.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
because you don't know what the needs of that company are.
Yeah.
You might provide something unique. And sometimes it is your gender.
Yes.
Yes. So lessons learned that reaching across the aisle in both ways is very helpful to the success of everyone, the applicant, and the employer, and the company as a whole. Diversity is key.
It definitely is. I have 4 kids.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned, and every time we went through that period of childbirth, my wife worked for the government, and taking time off was a priority because she believed in that initial bond with the kids, spending first 4, 5, 6 months. I always thought that was an important benefit that my wife was looking for. And now sitting on the other side as the president of a company, I believed that we should be offering a similar benefit to women who work in our company.
Yeah.
We do not look at childbirth as something that's going to be disadvantage to women. So we value that. And that's where our company provides all the required necessary compliance as well as additional flexibility to women for their life events. I want to take it from the direction if I was giving guidance to my daughters. It's very simple. You are no less than anybody else out there. Go do your job with a passion, and I think you can do it better than anybody else out there. Just like any entrepreneur, you have the skies as a limit for what you can achieve. It is a competitive world out there. Work on your skills, and you can be better than anybody else out there.
And on that note, I would like to invite you to come to the Women's Leadership Forum and support us and support the other women that are there. Impart the knowledge that you have, that you're gaining with other women. Come join us on the campus of Notre Dame of Maryland. On Wednesday, March the 4th, starting at 8 a.m., we'll be there all the way to 4:30 with keynote speaker, Major General Singh. And we promise that you will learn, network, and have a good time. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate your presence here. I think we learned a lot about InfoTrend, and I think we learned a lot about you and how women can gain a leg up.
Thank you for giving me an opportunity to support Women's Leadership Forum.